without a detailed psychoanalysis, what do you think are the 2 or 3 missteps of MySpace? Why didn't MySpace become Facebook?
Well, I don't. It's really like, to paraphrase. Ben Horowitz has a quote that he says, "There's no silver bullet; it's a bunch of lead bullets." When he's talking about success in that case, but I think the same thing here. There's no silver bullet that kind of killed MySpace. It was a bunch of lead bullets, and some of those, to me, one of the biggest ones was a prioritization of short-term revenue over product innovation. And so once we joined News Corp, I think this is a standard sort of pitfall of any public company. You are judged by these quarterly objectives, right? Of how are the company's revenues growing this quarter, the next quarter. And so we started to get these quarterly goals that were based on constant, continuous revenue growth. And when you want to innovate, sometimes you have to be willing to sacrifice short-term revenue for long-term gains. And so examples could be things like, I don't know if you remember, when you would send a message on MySpace, there were literally 5 to 8 steps, I don't remember the exact number, before you could actually get that message sent. Well, at the same time, Facebook, applied Ajax, and you'd click a button and you'd send the message. Everything would happen on one interface. But the reason that was done was to create more page views, for more ad impressions, to juice up the overall revenues on the site, also to fulfill page view guarantees that we had with other partners. Right. So it hurt the user experience, right. And in time,
so
people are going to.
There are times a trade-off between revenue and usability. Yeah. And revenue, when it doesn't come at the expense of user interaction, not so bad. Yep. When it creates a more hostile user experience, you're vulnerable, I guess.
It's absolutely true. I think one way to think about it is not creating friction in the user experience, right? Like the best consumer internet companies are ones that, if you look at how Google monetizes their page, there's no friction in the sponsored link with the organic results. In fact, the sponsored link is one that you might want to click on because it's what you're searching for, right? So I'd say that that's definitely one big point. Another thing, I think, there was some culture clash with News Corp, right? And I think there's enough distance between that event that I could talk about it a little more openly. But News Corp's a very big, very successful company, but they've got these very traditional models for how they operate. I mean, it was a newspaper company to start with. And here we were a very fast-paced internet company. I mean, we're kids wearing jeans and T-shirts. Not necessarily all kids, but this was our culture was move fast. Break things. Innovate. Push boundaries. Not let's create a deck and go through a budget approval process and try to get a sense for what's the ROI on building this new photo product. You can't do that.